haven't always aligned with party leadership or their colleagues. AOC, I've heard people say, you're new here. Shouldn't you wait and get the lay of the land to understand how Washington works?
I think one of the things that's funny, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the sentiment, because...
You've heard that sentiment. I'm not the first person that said that to you.
Absolutely not. But not just me, but the entire freshman class, I would argue, regardless of ideology, was sent here because Americans are sick of how Washington works. So why would I learn a broken playbook where lobbyists have taken over this place, where they influence all the bills, where we vote on things because that's how things have always been done here. Americans are not getting wage increases. Our government is continuing to sow dysfunction. Why would we operate business as usual when business as usual is not serving the public?
As we sit here today, there appears to be a fractured relationship between the squad, the four of you, and Nancy Pelosi. Do any of you think that that relationship needs to be repaired, or that there needs to be work done to heal that relationship? Is there a fracture?
I don't feel a fracture.
Yeah, I don't. I think that just as there were members of Congress that did not vote for the speaker on the House floor the day of our swearing in, just as there are members who challenge her conclusions, who disagree with her, so do we from time to time. But that does not mean that there is a fundamental fracture or a dehumanizing going on within our caucus.
When President Trump first tweeted about the women, Speaker Pelosi was quick to jump to their defense on Twitter, despite public disagreements over the emergency border aid package. Ocasio-Cortez rebuked Pelosi for singling out the women for their vote against the bill. You know, when you say things like the Speaker of the House is being disrespectful to women of color, is she, according to you, being disrespectful to women of color because of your color, or because she doesn't like your policies or the tactics that you all are taking to make your point?
Right, and I'll clarify. I did not say that she was disrespectful of women of color. I found some of the comments disrespectful, and that was my personal opinion.
Okay.
And I did feel that singling out on the basis of one vote was creating an opening. But that doesn't mean that we fundamentally disagree or fundamentally disrespect each other's position and power and ability to be here. And that's what makes us united as a caucus.
Are you speaking to Nancy Pelosi?
Our teams are in communication, our chiefs are.
But shouldn't it be a face-to-face with you and the Speaker,
Yeah.
as opposed to your people and her people?
Right,
Shouldn't
right.
it be a face-to-face?
But you're new members of Congress. But no, I'm very protective.
With all due respect, she doesn't need protection.
Right.
I want to know if you are speaking.
She's the new member, not the Speaker.
No, but I want to know.
She has every right to sit down with her in any moment, any time, with any of us.
Yeah.
She is Speaker of the House. She can ask for a meeting to sit down with us for clarification. The fact of the knowledge is, and I've done racial justice work in our country for a long time, acknowledge the fact that we are women of color. So when you do single us out, be aware of that and what you're doing, especially because some of us are getting death threats, because some of us are being singled out in many ways because of our backgrounds, because of our experiences and so forth. But I think,
Alexandria, are you interested in having a conversation face-to-face with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi?
Why wouldn't she sit down with her?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we've reached out to that end.
Yeah, a spokesman for Speaker Pelosi told us they have received the request from Ocasio-Cortez's team for a one-on-one meeting, and they are working now to schedule it. Also last night, you should know this, the Speaker and Representative Omar spoke for a long time on the House floor and hugged during the vote.
Yeah, it was an amazing interview.
Well, I mean, it was fascinating even to